We live very close to the Dutch concentration camp Westerbork. And every week, 1,000 Jewish people were deported from the concentration camp Westerbork to Auschwitz. And 92 trains with 1,000 Jews each came alongside our house. They came in Auschwitz and Birkenau at the railroad track, and they were put out. And then the train came back empty. And then on Monday night, the train came back. And then the next Tuesday morning, 1,000 Jewish people were loaded in the wagons again, and they went again. And it went for 92 weeks. The evangelical church in Germany, big church, they never spoke up against Hitler. So we are trapped in a satanic, demonic, death culture, but now we have to start to protect life again against the new Holocaust, which is killing unborn babies. It was terrible what was happening in the Holocaust. But I feel what we did to our unborn children is even worse than what Hitler did. I really think that if we stand up and we rally around with each other, that there will be someday that we look back and say, how was it possible that there has been a time that we have killed even the unborn children in the mother's womb?
Every time I've been to Israel, I always go to Yad Vashem, which is the memorial dedicated to the victims of the Holocaust. My wife and I discussed whether we should take our daughter through it. She was just 11 years old. But we decided that even though she was young, she needed to understand, and I just prayed to God that she would get it. I took her by the hand and walked her through Yad Vashem. As we went to the part of the exhibit about the Warsaw Ghetto, I saw my daughter's face as she stood and looked in disbelief at the pictures of little children 5 and 6 years old left to the streets, their parents hauled off to the death camps, and these kids in the winters finding about the only warmth laying over the grates of a sewer, getting what little food they could get by somebody tossing something to them from upper story windows. Nazis were so proud of what they were doing, they literally were shooting children as sport and taking pictures of themselves doing it. That's how we know it happened, because they photographed themselves doing it. And my daughter couldn't believe that that would be happening. When we got to the part of the exhibit that depicted Auschwitz and Dachau, the most horrible of the death camps, my daughter again, without saying a word, looked and saw those photos and read the inscriptions. And as we came to the exit of Yad Vashem, my daughter still had not said anything, and I wondered, did she get it? I looked over her shoulder and I watched as she started writing her name and address and filling out the spaces there in the guest book. My daughter paused, and then I watched as she scribbled words in her childish 11-year-old scrawl. If I had any doubt about whether or not my daughter understood and got it, that doubt was erased when I watched her write these words that I'll never forget so long as I live. Here's what she wrote. Why didn't somebody do something? Why didn't somebody do something? That's all she wrote. That's all she had to write. I don't want there ever to be a father taking his daughter through an exhibit dedicated to the memory of what once was a great nation called America, and look over his daughter's shoulder and see her ask this question about this country. Why didn't somebody do something?
You saw me before.